Alright, please make some noise for your maid of honor, Amy Bonte, and your best man, John Weffelmeyer. Alright, my friends. Oh, look at these three. Dylan, Logan, and Lily. Up here on the dance floor. And now, making their entrance for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Jeff and Stacie Weffelmeyer.
Stacie and Jeff. Well, I've been to several weddings in the past few years, and what I've realized is that the bride wants this long, sentimental speech from the maid of honor, but the only thing on the audience's mind is when they can get to the bar. So, to the neighbors on Roosevelt Woods Court, yes, you may get up and go to the bar while I'm speaking. John, Akko, that's for you. I feel like as the sister of the bride, I'm supposed to have these stories about when we were little, and we played dress up and dreamed about the day of our wedding. But that does not describe us at all. Stacie and I were way too competitive with that. We were too busy being outside with the boys, keeping up in baseball and kickball and ghosts in the graveyard. And you could just say if it involved a t-shirt and soccer shorts, we were all for it. But I guess it played off because Stacie later went on to play soccer in college. The summer leading into her freshman year of college, I will always remember. She received her training plan for soccer and volunteered me into being her workout partner. She taught me what it really meant to be a driven athlete and determined to outperform any obstacle that may come our way. No matter what the weather was like or how bad we hurt, we were out there putting in the work and the time. But I guess this showed because when she showed up in the fall for her fitness testing, Stacie did over 90 push-ups, and that was all at once. But besides being a great athlete, Stacie was also a very caring and emotional person who was always looking out for others. I mean, when she first picked June as her wedding date, the first thing that she said was, "I'm going to hurt September's feelings." Let me emphasize September's feelings, okay? Months don't have feelings. Who we are today, we owe big thanks to Mom and Dad for doing a great job of raising us. I know they will forever cherish the memories that they've shared with you for the last few years while living at home and seeing the woman that you have grown to be. Stacie, I also want you to know that you have found a great guy. Mostly because he can cook. And I can't help but add here that a couple weeks ago, Stacie asked me if peanut butter contained peanuts. And then also if cilantro was a meat. It made me a little worried, but that's just fun now. As a close second, though, Jeff is also an amazing person whose love for you is so strong. I want you to always appreciate this kind of love, for it can be easy to overlook the love of those who mean the most to us. Jeff, I am so happy to be able to welcome you into the family. Just remember to keep your hands off the wall and your fork stick on your plate instead of Mom and Dad's carpeting, and you should do just fine. So if you all would please raise your glass to Stacie and Jeff.
Yes, Stacie. Peanuts are good. And I don't believe that for a second that Jeff wasted quartz either. For those of you that don't know me, I'm John. I'm Jeff's big brother. He's older. Well, we'll start with welcome everybody here tonight. Thanks for coming. You're obviously special for these two. Stacie, welcome to the family. I consider you a sister, although I've known you for almost as long as I've known Jeff now, I think. It took Jeff a while to ask, but he finally did. She said yes. So, welcome to the family. I now have something that I've never had before, a nice sister. Except for Julie. But welcome to the family. You know, your name just got about 3 times as long as you moved into the alphabet. But other than that, it's all good. So, Jeffrey. Seeing you dressed up tonight kind of reminds me when you were a little kid. And most of you here probably don't know this, but when Jeff was, like, from the time he could walk till the time he was about 8 or 9 years old, he would not leave the house without a suit and a tie and a briefcase. It didn't matter if we were going to McDonald's, Walmart, a grocery store, whatever. Never had anything in the briefcase. Don't know where it came from. Our dad was never a suit and tie guy, but he just would not leave the house without a suit and tie. So I thought he was headed for corporate America and was going to be some big businessman that wearing a suit every day. But when he was 14, he kind of turned off that path. At the time, I was a firefighter at Eureka, and I had come up to the Explorer Post. And when Jeff turned 14, he followed in my footsteps and my dad's footsteps. And I remember his first call. I actually got to drive to his first call, and it was a neat experience. So I hope it was as cool for him as it was for me, being able to do that. But anyway, since then, we've ran several calls together, and we fought fire together, and we've taught new firefighters the business together. And it's kind of a neat bond to have between brothers beyond just being brothers. We both share a passion for our job. So he's become a hell of a firefighter, thanks primarily in part to me and my guidance over the years. I'm sure there's others in here that have helped him along the way. But, so, congratulations, Jeff. Congratulations, Jeff and Stacie. I hope you have a long, happy, healthy marriage. And my boys look forward to you being their new aunt. And I'll just throw this out there, they would like cousins. For you and Julie and Jake, too. And one last thing, if at some point tonight, if everybody would just take a minute to remember our loved ones that are no longer here with us tonight. And even though they're not here physically, they're here in spirit. And I know they're looking down on you guys tonight, and they're proud of you. So, congratulations.
Out-of-town guests for joining us this evening on this very special occasion. Stacie and Jeff, congratulations on your marriage. Stacie, I couldn't have a better son-in-law, even though he does drive a Dodge Ram. In loving memory of all grandparents, loved ones not here to join us this evening, we truly miss them all. I also want to thank my wife, Kathy, and Stacie for pulling and putting this celebration together in such a short time, for about 7 months or so since we went on vacation. So, not sure where we would have gone without Stacie's IT, computer, and creativity skills, even though some of the invitations might have went to the spam folder. Nicely done. Jeff, we all know, Stacie's very competitive, doesn't like to lose, talks too much, We all heard by now that she can't cook, burns macaroni and cheese, loves cheese pizzas, and plays soccer, singing volleyball, kickball, softball, and attends happy hour after work as often as possible. Jeff, good luck with her activities and endless energies. Thanks to all, and have a wonderful time.
Now you recognize that your mom is showing up on the dance floor.
Oh, she's better than me. It's alright, I'm not dancing.